Oh, Hamlin.
Teammates, Denny Hamlin and Tony Stewart. Stewart, who was going for his third straight win.
Oh, they're still wrecking. There's Junior.
It's what Kyle talked about on the pre-race show. There's one wreck, and then there's the follow-up wreck. And Junior is in it.
Reed Sorensen also in it.
And that's a perfect example of the wreck being at the front of the pack.
And the front end hurt much, though.
And people behind them trying to avoid them running over each other.
You see the 11 car. Stewart's got a really good run. And it looked like he got in the back of the 11 car, Kyle.
Yeah,
that wasn't an arrow loose. That was a touch.
As a car owner, that is a nightmare come to life.
Nightmare, exactly. And see these guys back here, like I was talking about, everybody's checking up and they got no place to go.
And there's that 33 truck.
There's we got one in the outside wall in turn one. He's spinning.
That's Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick, and he gets hit in the driver's door by his teammate, Austin Terrio.
Amazing job by John Westalley to avoid that 29 truck of Austin Terrio.
You can see right there just the back end around and out from underneath Tyler Reddick, and then coming on the outside on the higher lane was Terrio and couldn't avoid him.
Vickers wants to go. Eight getting a little wider.
There he goes.
Junior.
Oh, no! There's 25. Hooked to 48 and takes out Earnhardt and Jimmy Johnson.
Caution is out. The leaders had already taken the white flag.
Okay, the 48 gets a run. He goes to turn out. The 25 goes with them and just hooks the back of Jimmy Johnson's car. Jimmy Johnson, as he's wrecking, gets into the 8 car. 8 car just an innocent bystander on that deal.
Finished 14th last week with Scott Zipadelli.
Oh, we got a spin, a crash in turn 4.
Yellow's out.
The
Rico
98.
Abreu.
Rico Abreu in the 98. The 41 is Ben Rhodes.
Absolutely screwed up too.
Or a couple trucks out of the ThorSport stable.
Contact last week at Kansas, early stages of the race. Watch it here from Ryan Truex's truck.
That looked like Ben Rhodes maybe was the truck on the inside. Got loose and got into Rico.
Kyle Larson had his hands. Whoa. Into the wall and around. Oh, and Dylan Kwasniewski collected.
Lock it down. 22 just ruined our day.
We went in side by side into one, and I thought he was just going to chase me to the top, but he just ran me into the wall, so sucks. We had a really good Ineos Chevy. We were good on long runs, really good on long runs, way too tight on short runs, and sucks. 22 pretty much ruined our day, and it looks like he ruined our teammates' day. He was doing really good, Dylan was.
Woo.
Oh, got trouble up front.
Biffle right in front of Junior. Kansas is in it.
Oh, and turns Waffle into the outside wall.
And
Kevin, a lot of chasers involved in this one.
Oh,
17.
When you get off there, if you could drive it.
This is definitely the big one we were looking for, guys. I was hoping we had not seen, or we had seen it, and we wouldn't see this.
but the trouble's going to start right up here in the front whenever, looks like maybe the 99 gets into the back of the 16. That's all 3 Roush cars that it takes out right there. And Dale Jr.
Look at Jimmy Johnson just squeezed by this. There's still some wrecking ahead of even of Jimmy Johnson yet.
Oh, wreck down.
Big trouble, front straightaway. That's Brian Vickers, who looked like he got a piece of the wall. Jimmy Johnson able to drive through behind. He was back there after having to make that second trip down pit road.
He's down on the flat right there. Oh.
Teammates.
Yeah, they just, that's a hard one. I mean, there was no, he's on the inside.
Oh, trouble over on turn 2, guys. Big trouble. The 16.
Car hard in the wall is
17.
Came across and got you. We're going pretty bad here, guys.
Landon Castle spins to try to miss him, and Ricky Stenhouse is wrecked.
Yeah, the brush from the 47 right here. The 17 never lifts. He stays in the throttle. He thinks he's okay, just a little contact. But that right rear contact with the 17 and got the 47 loose. And that shot him up into Greg Biffle in the 16, and then from there it was on.
He's falling all the way back outside the top 10.
Oh, around goes Johnny Sauter. John King got in the back of him, and Sauter goes into the wall. He'll collect his teammate, Matt Crafton, as they come to the start-finish line. We will have a
another restart. They did not receive the white flag before Sauter got around and into the wall.
Outside of Johnny, nah, he just got a hold of his back end from the wrong angle.
Yeah.
And turned him sideways. Todd had rooted his way down to the bottom of the racetrack, and there's two ThorSport trucks clobbering each other. The last thing a owner wants to see is his trucks running into each other.
That lost even more track position. He went from battling for the lead. Now he's all the way back in 10th.
Sideways go Daniel Suarez. Eric Jones gets caught up in it.
Hang on, stay
Caution comes out. Such a good car, and that is what happens when you have a problem on pit road.
Teammates. Oh, the 20 just Jones basically, I'm sure it wasn't on purpose, but just misjudged the corner entry, got into the left rear quarter panel of the 19 behind the tire, turns the 19 around, and they all start spinning and crashing from there.
Danica sideways. Oh no! Into the wall. Caution's out. Yeah, that's. I was talking about the tri-oval being a very loose part of the racetrack. Entering turns 1 and 3 too is where your car gets light. You just can't be bumping in these corners.
I think Biffle was trying to go down to get him behind Matt and just mistimed it a little bit. Clipped him in the right rear and shot him into the outside wall. And again, see all those styrofoam blocks? That's the safer barrier. Man, is that is the greatest thing since interliners and tires.
Ricky Rudd gets the jump. He's the early leader. Oh, trouble! Steve Park is off into the infield. Another car valve over on his lid. It's Parkindale Jr. Terrible crash.
We see the Jimmy Johnson car, and there's Rusty Wallace. You see Park trying to squeeze up the outside.
I see he was trying to go on the outside of Rusty. Rusty moves up, they make contact, and Junior gets under the one car and just kind of bulldozed him into the wall and over.
Yeah, that's what actually turned him even more sideways.
He dominated last week, Marty. Didn't get the win, but it looks as though he's got a little redemption in mind here tonight.
Oh, look out as he has a tire situation. Here comes Edwards right into it. They cross the line, and guess who wins the race? Stenhouse.
Thanks to Carl Edwards. Gave him
what a real finish.
All right, take another look at this.
Okay, all of a sudden, I don't think that's the engine. That's an engine.
That's the engine. You're right.
Wow.
And I wonder if Carl got into the fluid and couldn't steer.
It's all good, all good. They make contact right there, and when you go by, you see the left rear is down.
That's right about where the tailpipes exit on the right side of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car.
Yeah, you can see a little damage on the side of Junior's car where the tailpipes got in there to jack stop. Right there, they touched.
And down the front straightaway, Keselowski and Logano crashed together.
And I'm not so sure that lap traffic did not cause this. We'll have to take a look at it, but that's sure what it looked like.
I haven't seen teammates wreck together in years, and that's serious damage. Oh, Brad.
Easy there. Sounds like we're going to need to pry that splitter forward.
Brad just got loose. Brad got loose off the corner there, turn 4, and got into the wall, and Joey had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Keselowski was trying to work his way around Alex Kennedy. Not a lot of room to pass here.
Coming off 4.
This is amazing.
Way up on the outside of the racetrack, or off 2 rather, and there's Jimmy Johnson. Bam.
I mean, Junior gets a little loose on the outside, but he still was up against the wall.
Yeah, I just like Jimmy didn't know he was there. Like I think Junior came out of nowhere. I don't think Jimmy was expecting it.
Spinner. It's Hemrick. Contact with his teammate, Tyler Reddick. The worst case scenario for Brad Keselowski Racing. Both of his trucks with damage.
Just got loose trying to get by the 86 of Brandon Brown, or Cameron Haley does an awesome job getting by. Several trucks getting by on the outside. Reddick committed to the outside, couldn't quite get by.
They're going to be able to stay out when some of these other guys have to come in. That could get them back to the front, but driving back to the front is pretty tough. Oh, Michael just got turned.
And look at Matt Kenseth, and the 17 gets wrapped up in it.
Bunch of cars. What in the world happened, guys?
You think Chip Ganassi's had problems. I think the 2 DEI cars just got together and brought on that big pileup.
On the straightaway.
I tell you, that's right where there's no soft wall, and that's all on left side, too.
was coming down the front stretch here.
Oh.
I mean, the picture tells the story right there.
He just jacked him up.
And, of course, nowhere for Matt Kenseth in the 17 to go.
Well, that was ugly.
Oh, and there goes Thierry hard into the wall. And that's Reddick in the 19 that had the problem, that kicked it all off with Thierry as he comes grinding to a halt.
Reddick high in turn 4, loose. Just about has his truck saved, and along comes Thierry. Look at that right front tire.
Yeah, really nothing Austin can do.
At all.
And Tyler Reddick, he was just fighting to regain control of his truck.
Top two trucks side by side as they go through 3 and 4.
They're together.
Oh,
they're together.
And there goes Sauter. Oh, man. Huge implications.
You can just see right there the truck was up the hill. Jones had to make the corner, and then he slides down and takes out his teammate as well.
You know, Eric Jones made a little more severe contact with the outside wall than I initially thought. Looks like he bopped it pretty good.
Right along and listen.
Matt was trying to stay off Eric Jones, and certainly no intent whatsoever, just hard racing.